Did you still find her sexy when she was pregnant?
Yeah, I think she can
say
attest
yes.
to that. Although I don't really want to
Wait,
take that.
give us the details.
I don't want to
What do
mention
you mean by-
anecdotes.
What do you mean by that? Hey, what's up? This is Sonia, and welcome back to Men Explain, a podcast where we really dissect the male perspective on some of the struggles that us women face. So today we're talking about pregnancy and postpartum body image, something that I'm very curious to learn about as well. And for us, fellow ladies out there, you might feel I'm all alone on this, nobody understands, and that's why we have the perfect couple here today to really dissect this. Please welcome Nelly and Shahan.
Hello.
Hey
Thanks for having
guys.
us.
Hey, you know what? First of all, I want to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Haven't seen you since you were pregnant, actually.
Yeah, I think so.
It's been a while. So how has it been? Are you settling into parenthood well?
Initially, we were quite overwhelmed, just thinking about having to handle twins. But I think we've settled into it quite well. Like, we have very great support system, with great help. So it's been quite a breeze, I think.
Do you think that social media has crafted a bit of an unrealistic view of the pregnancy process about moms like, oh, I still look so hot and sexy and great, but not everybody is blessed with the same body type. Do you think that social media has really affected the way that people see things as a mom?
There's a lot of pressure to look good, even though you're a mom, or like even when you're pregnant.
Yeah.
But I didn't feel great myself.
Yeah.
So I didn't actually document how my baby bump or whatever. I think because personally, like I said, I just didn't enjoy being pregnant. So I didn't really celebrate being pregnant.
No one's going to blame you, because this is your personal private time. Like,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
everything has to go on social media and for the entire world to see, which
Yeah.
I think we all respect. And if your followers have been following you for a long time, they know kind of who you are.
Yeah.
They will never fault you for that as well. Because being in the front line, being on social media and being so prominent is also quite challenging, especially in tough moments, right,
Yeah.
of your life. But for you, Jahan, like during this period of time, did you feel like there were any changes with Nelly? Because she has already shared how she felt about herself. How do you see her when she was pregnant?
I think for sure, like she mentioned, there was a lot of hormonal changes and also obviously physical changes, and that kind of affected her mood a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I think as a guy, as a husband, you just have to probably kind of try and support her as much as possible. I think that was honestly what I told myself I needed to do, and I'll say prepare yourself a little bit before that, knowing that that is bound to happen. So you just need to be able to kind of put up with or tahan a little bit of the sometimes the outbursts and stuff like that. I think that's quite natural, and you just need to be kind of aware of it. So I think it didn't really take me by surprise, just primarily because I was probably a little bit more mentally prepared for it.
So, I like that you brought up being mentally prepared, because some of my guy friends also, they didn't know what to expect before, pregnancy came and all that. Did you still find her sexy when she was pregnant?
Yeah, I think she can
say
attest
yes.
to that, although I don't really want to say
Wait,
that.
give us the details.
I don't want to
What do
mention
you mean by-
anecdotes.
What do you mean by that? No, seriously, give us some details.
No, I mean pregnancy, I don't think it affected our sex life, right?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, so
So it's still safe to have sex when you're pregnant?
I think up to a certain point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I watched like Sex and the City, and I don't know whether they really touched on any of that. I think they did. Was it?
I think up to a certain point, like
No,
like
right?
our gynae
Charlotte
was actually
was
being
still-
very open
Yeah.
about like,
Oh.
okay, you can. He was actually very explicit about it. He was like,
Right.
you can
You can still.
you can
Yeah,
still.
he was like doing
I want to find out from you if you ever struggled with body image issues.
So I mean, I grew up playing rugby and being part of a rugby team for like 8 years, and so for sure there were a lot of body image peer pressure issues, because obviously you're in a team full of testosterone filled guys that were growing up from between 13 to 20,
And they look like 25,
and
right?
they
The way
look
they're
huge,
built.
and everyone's like comparing like, oh, who has the bigger pecs and like who can lift more and stuff like
Okay.
that. So that was probably the body image issues that obviously I grew up with. There was a lot of competition. There was a lot of fear of being laughed at by not being good enough. But obviously that's a very different type of issue. I think society wise right now, there's a lot of like the construct that you need to look like this, you need to be like this, and because of that, people are just naturally sort of exposed to it. But I think you obviously have to filter out what is important to you and what's not, and you shouldn't be so that much addicted to the adulation or the likes that you get on Instagram for a photo of yourself postpartum. I think that is so important to just bear in mind. I think the advice probably for women is definitely we all understand that it's tough, right? I mean, your husband can and always will be as supportive as he can be, but sometimes you still feel like you just want to shut him out.
Right.
I would advise that obviously you try to be a little bit aware of that, and that you try not to do that.